Going on, world? DS1 Ross. We back here on Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. And if you tuned in, make sure you step on that like button. Make sure you step on the like button. After you step on the like button, make sure you step on the share button. Share the show. Let's get the show out there. Because, of course, I've been shadow banned for a while now. So do me a favor and share the show. It'd be very much appreciated. Those are the ways you support the show for free. If you're here to support the show for free, that is the way you support the show for free. You hit the like button, you hit the share button. Let's get the message out. It's very much appreciated. After you do those things, CashApp $SheepStaysLeepTV. CashApp $SheepStaysLeepTV. That is where you can monetarily support the show. You would like to monetarily support the show anytime during the stream, hit the Cash App, $SheepStaysLeepTV. Hit that up. All other donation links will be in the chat room. All other donation links will be in the chat room. You also could donate through the super chat. You can leave your message. You can leave your comments, questions, and we will post them. So salute to everybody. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to the world. If you on this side of the globe, good morning to y'all. And I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Sleep TV this morning. Now, y'all see the title. Y'all see the title. Be loyal to what you are. Be loyal to what you are. Be loyal to what you are. Now, what made me come up with this topic is it's time for us brothers, man, to really focus on what we are. And when I say what we are, is men. If we're men, we really need to hone in and to focus on that and stop playing and doing everything else that doesn't speak to that. We have to learn to be loyal to what we are. Because as a group, Black men, we suffer from an identity crisis. Let me say that again. As a group, Black men, we suffer from an identity crisis. We don't know who we are. We don't know what we want to be. We don't know what lies within us. See, you can never figure out who you are if you don't search for certain attributes that's within inside of you. See, finding out what you are is finding out the things that lie within. And then with those things, you develop who you are. And those things that you discover, you have to be loyal to those things. You have to be loyal to those things. Being that growing up here in the United States of America, as black men and the oppression that we suffer, that is what initially caused the identity crisis, right? So a lot of us, we get caught up in a whole lot of other shit because what lies within requires more work. Let me repeat that. A lot of us brothers are not loyal to the things that lie within us because those things require more work, requires more dedication, requires more discipline, requires more determination. It's easy to perpetrate and pretend and to look like everyone else to fit in. It's easy to abandon your true self. It's easy to ignore the things that you really want to do in life because you're bombarded with so much distractions. You're bombarded with so much distractions. So it's easy for you to abandon what you really are. See, I did a show like 2 years ago telling parents, the people who have children, don't be your child's dream killer. Because, see, dreams come from the subconscious realm. You see? See, black men was forced to stop having, we were forced to stop having an imagination at a young age due to our environment and circumstances. We was forced to mentally stay in this reality, which we all know is blue pill. So this is why it's easy to abandon your true self. You see? A lot of us was forced to grow up fast. We was forced to take on certain responsibilities, forced to have a certain mindset at a young age. So the things that we really wanted to be in life, we had to suppress those things because we was forced to become something else. So a lot of black men that you see, even the ones that are high earners, a lot of the guys that went through the universities and all of that, a lot of those guys, they're not doing what they initially set out to do. A lot of those men didn't even go to college and major in the things that they wanted to major in when they were children. You see, other groups of men they're allowed to pursue their dreams. They're allowed to try to become that man that they see themselves as being in their mind. And they're allowed to be loyal to that. You see, they're allowed to be loyal to that, no matter what it is. No matter what it is. Now, am I saying other groups don't force their children into another reality like it happens to us? Yeah, it happens to all of us. Because that is the nature of parents. Parents have a natural way of trying to steer their children in a certain direction because parents don't like to feel um not in control. Most parents. Most parents, they become their children's dream killer. They kill their children's dreams. And this speaks to the other stream that I did, because this is how men become pessimists. Because the optimism was killed out of you from young. It was extracted from you. You was forced to develop a hard shell. This is when they say your youth was stolen from you, because your life is supposed to go in stages. And to be properly developed, you have to go through each stage for that entire time period. If it's cut off at any time or extended at any time, that is what we call arrested development. So if your childhood is suppressed, when you get older, you're going to have to go back and heal from the suppression of your childhood. And some of the ways that you're going to have to do it is to do childish shit. You're going to have to go to theme parks and shit that you've never done to heal from it. So if you have arrested development in certain areas in your life, like most black men, it's going to be hard for you to be loyal to what you are, because it's going to be hard for you to search within yourself to find out what you are. Because in those times where you were supposed to be developing that, it was taken from you. And what you were supposed to become, someone gave it to you and said, this is what you're supposed to be. You never developed that on your own. See? But see, you can never be aware of this if you decide to constantly ignore that what you are and what you've been loyal to for your whole life wasn't something that you created. See, this is why I did the stream. Worldly men cannot be red pill, because if you're trying to become what the world tells you you're supposed to become, then you're not being loyal to what you really are, because you didn't develop into what you are. Someone told you this is who you're supposed to be. Your ideas and thoughts was artificially inseminated into you. It was subliminally suggested to you based on your environment and the things you saw on television. You see? This is why when you reach a certain level of clarity, a certain level of awareness, you stop watching TV, because you begin to look at TV and see TV for exactly what it is. Television is the tool, is one of the tools that they use to extract the real essence of you out of you. So then you become loyal to something else and not to what you are. You see? And what you see that's been going on amongst men is now that you're starting to see a lot of guys are pulling their masks, they're pulling their mask off. They're showing you exactly what they are, what lies within them, what they're truly loyal to. And being that we are in the age of truth, the age of Aquarius, it's time for you to be loyal to what you are. Don't be ashamed. If you're here and what you've created is strictly for the bag and for views and for clout, then that be loyal to that. Be loyal to that, because that's who you are. That's who you are. It's no need to pretend that you're not that. You have dudes who are clearly admitting that they are agents of chaos. They're here to stir the pot. They're here to instigate. Be loyal to who you are. You got a bunch of guys, and shout out to Platinum Elite. I was listening to his show the other day. He had a nigga up there talking all this game shit, you know, talking all this stomp down Mac shit. And then Platinum put his ass in the hot seat real quick. And then we found out he ain't got no problem tricking. And then the nigga just had to admit, well, yeah, I'm a trick. But he was just calling other niggas tricks and going hard. Platinum put his ass in the hot, put through a little hot water under his feet. That nigga started scrambling like crabs. Be loyal to what you are, man. You if you If you're a trick, you a trick. Who you trying to impress up here, bro? We over the internet. He up there going hard. An hour later, well, you know, well, you got me. I'm a trick. I'm a trick. I'm a trick. Be loyal to what you are. Be loyal to what you are, man. And at the end of the day, like Ism said, man, shout out to my man Sir Ism. He said, understand where you at in the game and deal with it. Don't stand there and just, if you don't like the situation, don't do nothing about it. But don't act like that's not your situation. Is what he was saying. Like, don't act like, you know, don't act like you a player when you not. Cause real recognize real. And you just see a lot of this shit just being called out and it's being exposed, not because brothers want to disrespect brothers and shit on brothers and all that. It ain't really about that. It's about calling shit for what it is. Be loyal to what you are. If you a square, if you a lame, if you like paying for women and being taken by women and you don't mind and this is the game you like to play, do that. Dudes are not really mad. See, this goes back to the arrested development thing. See, a lot of these guys haven't been around dudes and y'all all doing dude shit and y'all all talking about what y'all doing and y'all all start clowning. See, a lot of these guys, they skip that in their life. See, that's part of growing up. See, when you skip that, see, when mommy kept you in the house, see, you think it's just jokes. Now, of course, we gonna crack jokes, but the joking is constructive criticism. It's not to destroy you; it's to build you up. Because this is what men do. Men spar with their minds and with their hands. And intellectual sparring is also signifying, cracking jokes, improv, being able to respond quick. That's intellect too. That take wits. That takes smarts. You can't just do that. And a lot of you guys can't do that with other guys because you skipped a part in your life where that is developed. You see? You skip that. So now, being that that was suppressed in your life, what you do is project and get mad at other brothers when you really what you really need to do is just embrace the kind of dude you turned out to be. Because there's a lane for you. You see? But see, when your mama told you you had to stay in the house and she didn't want you hanging out with those boys, and you always looked out the window and wanted to go out there and be out there with the boys because you knew inside that that's where you were supposed to be. See? Now you mad at those archetypes of men because those were the men you were watching. You were watching those guys that you were mad at, that you mad at now at 50 something years old, that you mad at 40 something years old. You dudes are mad at that because you were mad because we was outside. You was watching dudes like us outside communicating, building the shit up that you see us using now. This is why you lame dudes with your little smart aleck remarks, dudes get up there and eat y'all up. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Wrap you up, get you up out of here real quick. Let's wrap this up, dude. Cause we been through that. You haven't. And you think that you don't have to go through that. But that is what's holding you back. If that's who you really want to be. See, if that's who you really are, if you are if you see yourself as that cool guy, you know, if you projecting yourself to the world as being Steve Urkel, but you know you could be Stefan or Cal, then why don't you go and be Stefan? See, in the show Family Matters, when Steve walked into the time machine, who did he turn into? Stefan Urkel is who? Jaleel White. The guy behind Steve Urkel. The real guy. You see? Y'all don't see, I keep telling y'all, see, this is why I said in the beginning of the stream, when you get a certain level of awareness, you stop watching television. Because you begin to see what they're actually showing you. That is what they were showing you with the archetype Stefan. All Steve did was turn into the real person, what he really was inside. He was afraid to unlock Stefan, the cool guy that's within inside of him, that player, the one that can move around the women. But see, in the show, what they did was they played into you same lame dude's ideology here on YouTube and showed Steve creating a time machine. He used his education in magic. Voila! I'm a non-select dating coach. See that type? That's what they want y'all to believe. Shout out to Hills In. He said, like, donate to Show World. Appreciate you, fam. See? They wanted dudes like Steve to think, oh, well, if you can just use your smarts and get all of the women and magically transform yourself because you're so smart into this aphrodisiac for women. When you didn't understand the symbolism, you think Stefan Urkel is really Stefan Urkel. No, Stefan Urkel is an alter ego of Steve. And the alter ego is Jaleel White, which is the real person. Just like in the goddamn show, you have Jaleel White playing Steve Urkel. You see how I connected that? And I know a lot of y'all, well, that was easy. Ah, shit, I know that. Then why you don't act like it? Why you can't apply that same connection to your life? Huh, smart guy? See these niggas, hey, that was 1, 2, 3. Then why the fuck are you still acting like Steve Urkel when you're really Stefan? Why you still acting like Steve, nigga? Huh? Why you think you going to smart your way into some draws then? See? Be loyal to what you are. You don't have to be what your mother wants you to be. Your mother wants you to be a mild-mannered, smart, golf shirt wearing, golf shirt polo wearing guy. But if that's not who you know you are within you, you don't have to be that, man. I'm here to let y'all brothers know that. Because, see, I really ain't got no smoke with y'all lanes. I told y'all that two and a half, almost 3 years ago now, from when I first got in this space. I ain't got no smoke with y'all. I'm the one who said that we need to disconnect educated from lame. I was the first one that said that. These are facts. There's no such thing as an educated lame. Because how are you lame because you educated? You're just lame. And they were calling themselves that. And I told Game Changer and all them dudes, stop calling yourself educated lames. Back then, Obsidian was calling himself an educated lame. I was on a panel with them. And when I told them that, y'all dudes are not educated lames. Y'all are just lame. Because I'm educated and I'm not lame. So because you're educated, that make you lame? This is why you don't hear dudes saying educated lames like that no more. Because I made that clear. You don't have to be that meek, quiet guy because your mother wanted you to be a non-threatening black man. See, we could really go deep into it. See, I know, because that's what my mother wanted me to be. I'm a big black nigga with a beard. My mother wanted me to be calm. She wanted me to grow up and be as gentle as possible. So she did things to suppress that masculine energy. But I don't know what it was, but she just woke up one day and God just told her, kick this nigga out. I was 13. Kick this nigga out and see if his father want him. And if his father don't want him, oh well, he'll have to figure it out. And thank God my pops took me in. And I was able, over time, I was able to stop being afraid of being a boy and doing certain shit. When I moved back with my dad, I moved back to New York. And I was able to be around my friends that I grew up with. So I was outside every day. I was doing boy shit. And I was able to develop. But I have trauma from a toddler. I have toddler trauma. From the time I was 5 up until the age I was maybe, I'm gonna say like 12. Like it was a whole gap of trauma. And then I was able to develop and get certain things back over time. Why do you think you hear some guys, they say, "Oh, I was a late bloomer." Most of the time when you hear guys say they late bloomers, the first thing that come to most people's minds is, "Oh, he lost his virginity late." No, it's not that. It comes from arrested development in your childhood. So you might not become social and have friends and go out and be able to enjoy yourself and feel free and have fun. You probably wasn't able to do that until you were 16. Because your parents were strict and they kept you in the house. See, growing up and being with your friends and y'all going out and exploring, you find yourself that way too. You start figuring out shit you didn't know how to do. This is part of your masculine journey. Hanging out with your boys, y'all going around pillaging the streets. Me and my homies was doing that. We didn't have cars, and well, my friends, they parents, they were more well off than mine. So they grew up with cars and shit. But they didn't start driving until we was like 16. Shout out to Nicole Ali. She said, "Hey, DS1 in chat. Thank you for always bringing fire." I appreciate you. Appreciate you, love. You know, we did that. We would go out and just, we'll walk from our neighborhood all the way to another side of Brooklyn. Go to different hoods and we would go through shit. Y'all ever saw the Warriors movie? Me and my friends did that. We used to do that, especially in the summertime. We'll walk to different neighborhoods and get into shit, get into fights, all types of shit. That's when you find yourself. You find yourself. You do. You figure out the guys that's around you. They're finding themselves. Then when y'all going through shit and y'all making it home and y'all coming back and y'all talking about what y'all just went through, this is how y'all develop a bond. This is how brotherhood is developed. This is the essence of what the government call gang activity. This is what they deem gang shit. You and your homies finding yourselves and developing a bond. But if you go and you watch Mobsters, the movie, this is how the mob was developed. Go watch the movie Mobsters. Lucky Luciano, Bugsy Siegel, um, Maya Lansky, And what's his name? Frank. I never can remember this dude's last name, but it's Frank something. These guys found each other in the streets in New York because they all was poor, and they all found each other on their own journeys. See? This is how you develop camaraderie. But you have to make a decision within yourself if you're going to commit yourself to your brothers. See, that's a choice you have to make within you. Is that in you? Are you built like that? That's where you hear that at. Are you built like that? Shout out to my brother Ebo Sosa, man. He said, cook, fam, cook. Thanks for popping that funky filled bubble of an oxymoron educated lane. Cook, fam, cook. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, Frank Costello. Appreciate that, Thriller. Frank Costello. See, you have to then, if you can't, see, you can't take an oath if parts of the oath is not within you. See, as within, so without. You can't be loyal to an oath, loyal to a protocol, or have principles and have morals if those things don't lie within you first. Because when them things are battle tested, you'll crumble. This is how you get rats. It's how you get snitches. Dudes saying that they loyal to the code, but the code is not in them. See, you have to be loyal to what you are. Because you're going to always show what you are. When it's time, when it's crunch time, you're going to show what you are. And when your loyalty is tested, you'll show people if you're a rat. If you're dishonorable, you're going to show people this in your actions. You know why? You know why people respect Alpo? Because Alpo is loyal to what he is. He's a rat. And he's loyal to that. That's why he ride around the streets and feel comfortable. And nobody don't do nothing to him. Because he comfortable with being a snitch. He comfortable with being a rat and killing his homeboy. He's comfortable with that. He's loyal to what he is. Shout out to M Prince. He say it's in you, not on you. Appreciate it. See, he's loyal to what he is. And that is something you have to be if you're saying you're a man. Being wishy-washy, being flip-floppy, being up in the air and undecided, and 1 minute I'm this, no, I'm not that now, I'm a jump ship, oh, I'm scratch that, I'm this now. See, all of that type, that's not man shit. Make a decision and stand on it. And when you change, stand on the change. Don't say, well, I want to change, but I'm still a real nigga, but nah, you can't do that. Cause that's what dude was doing on platinum shit. Nah, man, I'm a real nigga. That ain't tricking. Nah, that ain't tricking. It ain't tricking if you ain't got it. Nah, that is tricking, bro. For real? Nah, you a trick, bro. Platinum was like, I'm sorry to tell you, bro, but you a trick, bro. And he was like, for real? He like, yeah, you a trick. And he was like, damn. Like the nigga just his whole shit just like, whoa. But here's the catch. After he got checked for frauding, right? The nigga stood corrected for about 5 minutes and went back to capping. Now Platinum and Ism, they just on a panel quiet like, bruh. Like now they're not taking nothing this nigga is saying serious. Cause the nigga Platinum was like, yo, you a trick, bruh. Like, I don't give a fuck though. Like, you ain't gotta be up here lying, my nigga. Like, you a trick. Then just go be a trick. Like, I don't care if you're a trick. You act like I'm, and this is how these dudes are acting. These dudes are putting on an act because they feel like you're not gonna like them no more if you find out the truth about them. Bruh, you a trick, my nigga. All right, you a trick. Fuck out of here. You're a trick. That's what you are. Be loyal to what you are. No need to keep masquerading. Bruh, you have a strong disdain for women. Just admit it. You don't have a strong disdain for women because they have OnlyFans pages. That don't make no sense. You don't have a strong disdain for women because they twerking on the internet. Tell the truth, bro. You have a strong disdain for these women because you got cheated on and you was in love and your heart was broke and you still ain't get over. So why you coming on here acting like you red pill? When you're not standing in your truth. You're not standing in the truth. The truth is, you gotta get over some shit. Stand in that. Stand on that. Be loyal to what you are, bro. If you hurt, then you hurt. Stop acting like you not. Stop acting like you not. If you want to be in love, then you want to be in love. If you want to be married, then you want to be married. Stop acting like you don't. Be loyal to what you are. If you a husband, one woman man, I deal with one woman at a time type of guy, then be loyal to that. Be loyal to that. You know why? Because that's what you're going to end up doing anyway. You're going to end up doing that anyway. This is why you hear a lot of players that hang up their jersey and get married, you hear them, a lot of them, you hear them say, yo, I don't regret nothing I did, but if I could do it again, I would have just dealt with one at a time to see what I wanted. Because at the end of the day, you only ended up with one. But that's part of the process. That's the journey. See, you got to understand it. You got to understand it in its totality. It's not that a nigga was lying. It's not that. Finding yourself is a journey. See? Being red pill was a journey. I did the stream about it, the red pill journey. See? And then when he figured it out, like, damn, this is what I really want. This is what I really wanted the whole time. This is what I really wanted. And yo, if I have a chance to ever ask Alan a question or interview him, I will ask him, before you met your wife, were you fucking around with any other women? Or was you on some, I'm falling back? I ain't really smashing nothing like that. I'm just chilling. I'm gonna ask him that. I would ask him. Like, yo, I wasn't even, before I found my wife, I was just chilling. I wasn't trying to smash nothing. I I let my hoes go. This is what you hear from a lot of players. And what they always end up saying, man, if I would have found my wife 20 years ago, my jersey would have been in the rafters. But it took him 20 years to find his wife. Why? Because it took him 20 years to finally be loyal to what he really wanted. Like, man, this is what it is, man. This is what it is, man. See, it's not always about with every man's situation is not the same. You know, some guys think, oh, he just trying to cut his losses, and no, it ain't always like that. For some men, it's a self-actualization type of thing. And now he's loyal to that. He's willing to be loyal to that. That's why he made that commitment of marriage. See, people forget, oh, marriage is a business. Oh, marriage is a business. Marriage is a business. Marriage is a business. Okay, nigga, because it's a contract involved and a license. Okay, but marriage also is a commitment. Because in a business or in a contract, you have to what? Honor it. So what happened to the commitment part? You niggas, oh, marriage is a business, and she's gonna take everything, and marriage is a business. Or what happened to the commitment part? What happened to that? Y'all just skip that. You have to honor the contract of the business of the marriage. That's, you have to be committed. You have to commit yourself. That takes a certain level of maturity to commit to something. Yeah, my bad, Joe. But it takes a level of commitment. You got to be committed. And that's something that comes from within, man. See? So be loyal to what you are. If you a blue pill simp, if you a Trojan horse, I'm coming to save you. Superhero, I'm Captain America, coming to save the day. Then be that. Be that. You know why? Because whatever don't come out in the wash, come out in the rinse. So you're gonna show what you really are anyway. So just be loyal to what you are. Like The Rock used to say, know your role and shut your mouth. Know your role and play it. If men knew that, we'll get along a lot much better. Because we don't need much as men to get along. But amongst men, when men know their prospective roles and act on those things, it's never an issue. It's only a problem when there's no order. When order is disturbed amongst men, that is when things go down. When the order is disturbed. That's the only time. And a lot of times it comes from perpetrating. It comes from dudes frauding. That's what it comes from. It comes from peacocking. This is how the order is disturbed amongst men. When guys are just simply not loyal to what they are. You a skateboarder, backpack type of guy. That's what you are. That don't mean that you're a punk, you're a coward, you won't defend yourself, you won't speak for yourself. And it's the same thing for educated brothers. Just because you got a goddamn PhD or a master's or you a computer technician or whatever, that don't mean you a coward. And if you in the presence of real men, they're not gonna look at you as a coward for that. When you are being loyal to what you are. We might crack jokes, but we're not looking down on you for it. That's man shit. Shout out to Rony. He says, salute to my brother DS1 speaking life into fellow miscreants and travelers. Red Pill Vision 2020. Salute, bro. Just simply, man, be loyal to what you are, man. I'm gonna give this example and then we gonna wrap it up, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Donate to the show, support the show. My last episode on the comedy hour, right? Last week. Shout out to my man Gino, man. Gino came up there and we had fun. Everybody on the panel, we was roasting Gino. We just roasted Gino. Now, this could be anybody, but this week it was Gino. Well, last week it was Gino. He was a great sport. He was a great sport. Great sport. We had fun. He was cracking jokes back. You could tell that he, even though he's educated and may consider himself a nerd, he still is, his masculinity has been developed in certain areas. So he didn't feel no kind of way in our environment when we was cracking jokes. But I noticed Gino would get on another panel and niggas would be talking shit about him from the chat room, and he'll get turned up. And I had to tell Gino, man, like, come on, bro. You our favorite nigga nerd. You ain't gotta get like that, bro. Relax. You ain't gotta, you don't have nothing to prove, bro. We know who you are. You don't have nothing to prove. You don't have to prove that you will beat somebody's ass. You don't have to prove that. Be loyal to what you are, bro. You a nerd, bro. You a cool, goofy nigga that likes to have fun. And will you beat a nigga ass? I don't doubt you might beat a nigga ass. But that's not your timing. You see what I'm saying? That's not that's not what really resonates through you. You're fun. You want to have fun. That's what you, so always exhibit that shit. Let the dudes in the group that's on that time and all the time handle that. You don't gotta get like that, man. Be loyal to what you are. I understand it's a balance, but you don't have to prove that you could go to that other side. You don't have to, man. Especially with no dudes that's in the goddamn chat box. You feel me? So shout out to my man Gino, man, for being a good sport. You know? And I just want to get that example, man. So salute to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the show. Donate to the show. Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV. Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV. Shout out to ML Law for hitting the Cash App. I appreciate it. Shout out to Torrance V for hitting the Cash App. Appreciate that. Shout out to the Underrated Darkness. He said, thanks. I appreciate it. Shout out to the Thriller for hitting the Cash App. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all brothers for donating, for hitting the Cash App. If you enjoyed the show, Cash App $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can donate to the show. The PayPal link is also in the chat room also. I appreciate everybody who tuned in this morning. Salute to everybody. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the show. Salute to the masculine mercenaries. One love to the madam mercenaries. And we will be back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV later on tonight. Y'all stay tuned. Shout out to everybody once again. Catch y'all later, man. Peace.